Welcome to the Geneva Motor Show 2017. It's the first time I've been here, and as you can tell, I've lost my voice, so apologies for that. But I thought it'd be good to have a look around and just show some of the cars that really catch my eye. First one is Aston Martin. Now, a few months ago, Aston Martin announced that they were going to be doing a joint project with Red Bull, and they were going to call that the AMRB 001. That was the code name, but for the Geneva show, they've said that actually real name is going to be called Valkyrie, which I just think is an awesome name, and it fits with the V of Vanquish, Vantage, and other special edition cars like the Vulcan. Now, it's going to have a naturally aspirated V12 engine, and it is going to be a road car despite the look of it. It's one of the most extreme looking road cars I think I've ever seen. It's nuts. It's going to cost between 2 and 3 million euro, and they're only going to make 150, and all 150 cars have already been sold. So if you want one, you just can't buy one. However, they are going to be making a few track edition versions, so they will be for the track only. And I've been told that not all of them have been sold. So if you want one of those, you can get one of those instead. You just can't drive it on the road. It's an absolutely mad concept. Some of the wings and the way the aero kind of just looks is just absolutely incredible. And I can't wait to see one on the road. I can't even imagine seeing one on the road. Fits 2 people, even though it looks kind of the size of a single seater. And it's just mad. It's a fantastic car. I can't believe they've made it. But the really big news for Aston Martin is actually that they've launched a new sub-brand. They've called it AMR. And AMR stands for Aston Martin Racing. AMR is going to be given to any car that they want to kind of hone and make even faster and even more hardcore. So the 2 cars that they brought along today, which is the first cars they built with that AMR name, are the Rapide AMR and the Vantage AMR Pro. Rapide AMR first, 600 horsepower for its V12 engine, 210 miles an hour, and only 210 will be built. As for the Vantage AMR, it's got a 500 horsepower V8 engine, so it's effectively the engine from the GT4 race car, and only 7 will be built. They just look really extreme, just some of the way that the carbon work and things like that on the car, and the brakes and the wheels. Yeah, you can tell these are something special, and they will be quite different to drive from the normal Rapide and the normal Vantage. And there's a car alarm. That's awkward. So somewhere behind me is a new Ferrari, but of course you can't see that because there are just too many people trying to get pictures for it. This is the Ferrari 812 Superfast, and in the same way the GT4 Lusso replaced the FF, the 812 Superfast replaces the F12. It's got a bigger engine, 6.5 litres rather than 6.2. It's got 800 horsepower. It's also the first Ferrari with electric power steering, and it will be the fastest Ferrari production car ever made, apart from the LaFerrari. Just looks a bit nuts. It's a development rather than an all-new car, and I think that's important to remember. Although there are loads of updates, it's still a recognisable shape. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to hear what people think of it. Now, this is the Pagani Huayra Roadster. We've been waiting quite a long time for this car to come out. Normal Huayra was launched in 2012, but this car has been worked on since 2010, so it's taken 7 years for them to get this car to production. Now, it isn't just a normal Huayra with the roof chopped off. It weighs 80 kilograms less than the standard Huayra, and it's got 34 brake horsepower more, so it's 754 brake horsepower and 737 foot-pounds of torque. That is quite a lot. It's got a 7-speed dual-clutch gearbox built by X-Track, and they did that work for the Huayra BC, so it's a development of that gearbox. And it's also 52% stiffer, this car, over the standard Huayra. And again, that's just mad, but it's because they worked so hard on the carbon fibre and developing that technology even further. Only 100 will be built, and the price is somewhere around £2 million, but they've all been sold. So if you want one, I'm afraid to say that you can't get one, but it's just nuts. The detail on the carbon fibre in here. I know Pagani is legendary for the way that they match up kind of the weave of the carbon fibre on every single panel, but it is just absolutely exquisite. It's mad, and it's a privilege to see this car for the first time. I love it when someone walks behind you when you're midway through a piece of the camera. Now I'm at McLaren, and they've replaced the 650S with that. The orange car you see behind me, which is the 720S. Now it's got 720 PS rather than 650. 0 to 60, 2.8 seconds, top speed of 212 miles an hour. That's very, very, very fast indeed. It's very light, weighs 1,283 kilos, and it's got a stiffer carbon chassis as well. It's called a monocage 2. That's what McLaren call their chassis. And it just looks really quite intimidating. Those are the basics. Delivery start in May, and prices are from £208,000, which is a lot of money and quite a bit more than the 650S. But Ferrari also charge more than £200,000 for their cars, so why shouldn't McLaren? And yeah, well, I'm not convinced on the looks just yet. Then again, I'm hardly someone who knows much about aesthetics, so engineering-wise, mechanically, it looks pretty nuts. And power as well comes from a new 4-litre twin-turbo V8 engine that's completely different to the old 3.8 that you see in the P1, although highly modified 650S, the original 12C, 540C, 570S. It's a completely different engine, so it'll be really good to see how that performs compared to the old engines. Now we've come to Peugeot. It's the Peugeot Instinct concept. And although I don't think it'll ever be made, because, I mean, just look at it, I don't think it's ever going to be made. Hopefully the technology that's within it will be put into production at some point. So it's a 300 brake horsepower autonomous hybrid, but it's got 300 horsepower because you can either drive it yourself or you can drive it autonomously. You can just sit there and relax. So for different modes, they allow you to take control yourself or relax. But the powertrain, well, they haven't really said what it is, 300 brake horsepower hybrid powertrain, that must be used at some point if they've gone to the effort of developing it. And also the autonomous systems as well, should they make their way into some sort of Peugeot. But I just don't think it will look like that, which is a shame because it looks incredible. Let's start with the GT3 first. It's got a 4-litre flat 6 engine, produces 500 horsepower and almost to 9,000 RPM. It's an all-new engine, and displacement has gone up from 3.8 in the old car to now 4 litres. Porsche's worked really, really hard on just creating as little resistance as possible within the engine, and that's why they've been able to produce 500 horsepower, and it's still able to rev to 9,000 RPM. Deliveries will start in the summer. It's going to be priced from £111,000 to £111,082, if I remember correctly. And what people are really, really excited about is the fact that this car, the new GT3, will have a manual gearbox option. I just think it's really good news. I mean, a manual gearbox in a GT3 is what everyone's been waiting for. And there's a Panamera Sport Turismo, and it's a Panamera estate, so what's not to like? Deliveries will start in October, and I just think it looks really, really gorgeous. It's something that I've been waiting for quite a while, and I'm really proud they've done it.